Hello, and welcome to another episode of Study of X, the bi-weekly podcast where we cover the Krakoa X-Men, or Krakoa era of X-Men podcast. I am Tim, and with me, as always, is Chris.
Although this week is not Krakoa, or kind of the X-Men.
You're ruining the flow, Chris.
I'm sorry. I had to be factual.
Just.
And never mind.
Just introduce yourself.
Never mind. Move on from me. I'll think of something else.
Okay, it's Sergio.
Hi, hello. You know, when the way this works is when Tim announces our names, we're actually let out of our cages. So by Chris disrupting the order of things, I was like trying to punch my way through the bars of this cell. But now I have been freed now that Tim has mentioned my name.
And now in shame, I have to go sit in the corner for the entire podcast.
So, yes, as Chris was saying, we're not covering X-Men today. We are actually covering the event Empyre. Not many X-Men at all in this, actually. They apparently have something to do with the event. We'll get to that later. We're not doing that now. Instead, it's the Avengers and Fantastic Four show.
Yeah, and then some. And there's a lot of plants involved, which I guess you could say is Krakoa adjacent at this point.
Yeah.
If you wanted to stretch it.
I'm wondering if that will be thematically relevant in the issues where the X-Men deal with this.
I was expecting that to come into play at some point during these 6 issues, but it really didn't.
Yeah, there was like a thing where I was like, that's just a Krakoan game.
Mm-hmm. I think it's mentioned offhand by Iron Man at one point, and that's about it.
There's a couple of X-Men name drops, and that's it.
Yeah, they're like, they're doing a thing, but we don't really see any of it.
Yeah, you know what makes me excited about whenever we read something that does not involve the X-Men, or they're not like the only group around. I get to select a music track for our intro and outro that is not from an X-Men game.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
So,
spicing it up this time.
Who knows what's playing right now in the background as I'm saying this, or maybe it just stopped playing. But we'll figure it out.
The audience already knows. We don't know, but the audience does.
No, but I'm gonna spend some time tomorrow, like sifting through game soundtracks where like Iron Man shows up, and I'm excited about that.
Okay, that's fun.
Yeah.
So, before this, Empyre is a 6-issue series. There's a little prologue thing that we did not have as background reading material, but me and Sergio read them. There's 2 of them here. There's one for Avengers and one for Fantastic Four. Do we want to talk about those a bit, or do we just want to go right into it?
Do you want to summarize one of them in like 5 sentences, and then I'll do the other one?
Okay, yeah, sure. So, Empyre Avengers. The Avengers show up and fight some plant people, and they meet the villains, the eventual villains of the arc, who tell them that the Skrulls and the Kree are coming to kill them. Iron Man gives a rousing speech about how they're going to stand up for the little guy, and he feels real good about it.
Nice.
Yeah, he had a dream about like giving him empathy for the plant people.
Yeah. He's really feeling himself here. He's like, yeah, this feels right. Like this is good. We're gonna do some good.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, usually when Iron Man says, yeah, this will be a good thing, it doesn't end up being a good thing. I think he thought that, when various other bad problems happened.
Yeah. I could see how he would see this situation and think that he's doing the right thing.
I could too. To be fair, I do understand where the Avengers are in the beginning parts because they do mess it up really bad. But to be fair, it's not entirely their fault.
Yeah, they kind of get duped. But yeah, you want to talk about the other one, Sergio?
Yeah, absolutely. So in the Fantastic Four prologue, they go to Space Casino because their chip has broken down. Val gets in over her head and loses her money. And then Mom has to come and bail her out, and she bails her out so much that she owns the casino now.
Nice.
And then on the other plot, they're rescuing kids that are fighting at the casino's Coliseum. which is a Kree and a Skrull kid. They're being bred to fight forever, and they save them. And then in the end, they save them by returning the casino to the owner in exchange for the kids. And then as they go back towards Earth, they notice the incoming Kree and Skrull fleet approaching.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's good setup and some context that was lacking here. There is, like Tim mentioned, there's kind of an intro paragraph here to explain the setup, but I feel like what you both described probably shows that a lot better than just reading a paragraph. It's enough, it's serviceable to where you could still read this whole event and not be that confused, but it sounds like at least some of the more emotional beats of the story probably would have hit a bit better.
It does. I think especially the Fantastic Four one like sets some things up, especially how like the Thing is so taken with these two kids that he saved, and kind of immediately starts cuddling them, or at least like being super endeared to them, and I think that's really cute.
Yeah. I think a lot of the stuff with these kids, we kind of see them briefly in the event as a whole. I think a lot of the stuff with the kids gets kind of covered in like the Fantastic Four issues of this, which we did, but yeah, that pays off a little bit more there.
Yeah, which, speaking of the extra side comics and everything, we are only reading Empyre issues 1 through 6. In total, this event is about 31 issues.
Did you notice in the first couple of issues there's different books listed than what are actually in the event?
Yes, and I did want to cover that.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know what you're reading it on, but if you go to the back where it shows like the reading order.
Yes. I'm looking at that now.
So if you go to like issue 4 and look at the reading order, it's completely different books. And like a lot of the books like in like the first 2 issues I believe they're listed in don't show up.
Yes.
In like that reading order.
Okay.
Yeah. So I looked into that because as we discussed when it came to COVID-19 and everything that happened with all of the comics, Empyre was hit the hardest. X-Men really walked out of it pretty good in comparison. To the lead up for Empyre, which started in 2019, it was going to be Marvel's biggest line-wide event in its entire history, until the pandemic happened. And I'm going to quote from Screen Rant here, where they say, 18 issues altogether have been cut from the Empyre checklist. These canceled tie-ins include Empyre Ghost Rider, Empyre The Invasion of Wakanda, numbers 1 through 3, Empyre Spider-Man, number 1 through 3, Empyre Squadron Supreme, numbers 1 and 2, Empyre Storm Ranger, 1 and 3, Empyre Thor, 1 and 3, Strike Force, and The Union. Even with all of these cuts, that's still 31 issues, but that means about 40% of the entire event just never came out.
Wait.
Yeah,
we didn't get Thor's quest?
No.
Yeah,
which is kind of wild.
Holy shit!
You can feel some of this. Like we didn't get Black Panthers, like all that stuff in Wakanda. Like Ghost Rider has nothing going on in this.
Look, like Black Panther, I see a lot of Black Panther on these issues, but like.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. Like Thor just like straight up like leaves at a point, and they're like, "Yeah, he's going on a quest."
Yeah, he's
constantly, like, we just don't get that.
Referred to as being on a quest. He shows up like on like cut asides to whatever his quest is. Wow.
Yeah, and there's a big character change for Thor, which I guess spoilers if you're listening to this whole thing. He learns his mother is Gaia and not Frigga. So he gets nature powers on top of his, control of lightning, which is a really big deal, and we have no idea what happened. It has never come out.
Yeah. Squadron Supreme, I don't think have shown up, like, since this event. Like, I don't know if this was supposed to be, like, the reaction. No, I'm wrong. Never mind.
And, yeah, you're thinking the opposite. The Strike Force... Strike Force here was actually the end of it. This was supposed to be the start of a new Squadron Supreme run. Never happened. This was also supposed to be the end of Black Panther and the Agents of Wakanda, and they just didn't bother with it. These
like,
comics, as far as we know, are completed. They are done. As the words of the Black Panther writer stated on Twitter, they're done. They just never released them.
yeah.
Oh, well, that's a shame. That sucks.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it's a bummer. I can see why Marvel likely did it, because since this was around the time when the pandemic was in full swing, and then when comic printing came back online, it was only partially online. So they're like, okay, we have to ship something. We can't do everything.
Huh.
I guess we're just not.
Yeah,
gonna do
there
these.
was. Yeah, this event definitely looks like it got hit the roughest, but yeah, there was a lot of cancellations just at Marvel in general around this time.
Yeah. And the other unfortunate thing is Marvel never officially canceled any of these. You know, there's no press release, nothing like that. They just showed up on a checklist and then they were gone. And that's it.
I want to say Strike Force still ended, but it just didn't end with this event. The Union got repurposed for like a different event.
Yes, it got pushed to King in Black, which was at the end of 2020.
Huh.
Yeah. And but yeah, a lot like that Storm Ranger stuff like that just doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's
that
just
like
gone.
Squadron Supreme stuff.
Yeah. And this is going to also date the podcast, but currently in the Immortal Thor, which is the current run of Thor, it handles all of this stuff about Thor's mother and this quest that's going on, and we still don't know what happened.
Oh,
like,
okay.
it's being built on currently, but again, we don't know the actual 3 issues that are somewhere in the Marvel vaults.
Yeah, I feel like both him and Ghost Rider are definitely like the most like felt because like those characters both feel like they were off doing a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost forgot about Ghost Rider, but like Thor.
Yeah, like he's
constantly.
Yeah, like they're referring to Thor constantly. Ghost Rider just kind of disappears.
Yeah.
Captain America does too, but Captain America's little solo book happened.
Yeah,
that did get released.
And to be clear, I like Ghost Rider. He looks cool. He looks
cool. I like this.
Looks sick.
Yeah,
that thing's really cool.
I like this Ghost Rider too. He has like a little like charger as his vehicle instead of like a motorcycle.
Oh.
Like he's a cool Ghost Rider. He just didn't get to do anything here.
Nope.
All right.
Unfortunately.
Well, all right. So with the context there, let's get into it.
Yeah. So for Empyre, they're just listed by number. They don't have a title to them. This was released in. Why did I not write down the month? July.
Sometime in 2020.
Yeah, July
there
of 2020. This is written by Al Ewing and Dan Slott, both of which are Marvel veterans. Dan Slott in particular has been around for a very long time. He's written a lot of Spider-Man, Avengers, Silver Surfer.
Specifically, Slott at this moment is on the Fantastic Four book. Al is not on the Avengers.
No, Al is not on the Avengers book. He, at the time, is writing the Immortal Hulk, which, if you've never read that, go read that. It's incredible. But he also wrote Avengers, and he's written Venom and other stuff. So both of them have been around.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm guessing a lot of the Fantastic Four stuff here is Slott.
Yeah, I would assume so also. So, because both of you already covered the opener here, I'm going to skip past it. All you need to know is that there are a bunch of plant people called the Kotati that have gotten the Avengers on their side because the Kree and the Skrulls have ended their millennia-long war to come and destroy them.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
That's our plot.
Yep, that's our plot. That's all you gotta know.
So the Fantastic Four kind of wander into the Kree Skrull ship here, who is they are being led by Hulkling, who is a young Avenger.
Yes. Also called Theodore Altman. He was first in Young Avengers #1, which was released in 2005. He is the son of the original Captain Marvel, who was a Kree, and the Skrull Princess Anel. And even though his superhero name is Hulkling, he is not in fact related to the Hulk. It is just a code name he picked because he's green and the Hulk is green. So there you go. There's really nothing deeper than that.
Yeah, he is a Skrull, clearly. But yeah, longtime boyfriend of Wiccan. who is the son of Scarlet Witch.
Sort of. It gets weird with him. There's a lot of weird resurrection stuff going on, but saying that he is the son of Scarlet Witch is the easiest way to say it.
Yeah.
I'm just nodding along here. I feel like you're describing the roster of Super Smash Brothers to me.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of that in this, I expect.
Oh yeah, no, there's a lot of this, especially once we get deeper in with a lot of these names. There are some that I'm like, yep, sure, they exist.
How much do you know about this Avengers team here, Sergio?
I recognize, a surprising amount of them. I have watched Marvel movies. I feel like I recognize most. I feel like this is mostly, like, I'm sure, it's kind of like a circle. The movies feed off of the comics and the comics feed off of the movies, but I feel like they're connected enough in a character building way that I find most of these characters very recognizable and like parsable, easy to recognize, even though I have not ever read any of these comics. But I've been exposed enough to like other media to like, I know who those people are.
Yeah. Like, it's a pretty recognizable group of Avengers here. I feel like the only one that like might throw a little people for a loop is Ghost Rider, just because he's not like the usual one. That's it's a different Ghost Rider. His name is Robbie Reyes. If you watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., he's the Ghost Rider from there.
I watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That show rules.
Yeah, that show is the best.
But yeah, that is this Ghost Rider.
Yeah, even though he unfortunately does not do much. But he looks cool, and that's what counts.
He's cool.
So after, the Fantastic Four meet up with the Kree-Skrull Alliance and are going to figure out what is going on the blue side of the moon, the Avengers land to meet the Kotati, who again have asked them for aid. And we see that they have basically turned the blue side of the moon into this beautiful garden paradise. Very Krakoa-esque, but definitely more alien in design.
I don't know if I would say more alien. It just looks side alien.
Side alien?
About as alien.
Okay. See, I think the weird big tree thing that looks like it's on a throne is a little bit more alien, but the rest of it looks Krakoa enough. But
yeah,
here we do meet the celestial messiah of the Kotati people. How do you both pronounce his name? Because I have gone between two different ones.
I don't know. I saw that name and I gave up.
Yeah. Koi?
Yeah.
Koi?
I've also gone with Koi because at some point somebody calls him Sequoia and it's just missing the se and then the a at the end, so it's got to be Koi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
he actually
Avengers, and the Avengers issue, he introduces himself as Sequoia. Yeah, so I guess Koi does make sense in that context, but says his friends call him Koi.
Yeah. So all you really need to know about him is that the Kotati people see him as a messiah. And he is also an extremely old character. He is the son of Mantis, who you might know from the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Comics Mantis is very different, but it's the same general character. And also a prime Kotati who was inhabiting the body of the swordsman, or I cannot pronounce his name. Jacques Duquesne. There we go.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's like very French.
It does feel very French.
Jacques. Yeah.
But yeah, he is the son of an Avenger and the body of an Avenger taken over by a plant creature. Don't think about it too hard.
Yeah, it's... I don't know. Even for me, this is getting a little comic booky.
Yeah, 70s and 80s comics get a little weird.
It's fine.
We're very in the weeds, as you would say.
Yes.
Get it? Because they're plants. Get it?
No, I'm just gonna move on. So... The Kree-Skrull Alliance arrives on the moon, and the Avengers basically give the invading army one option to turn back. Both sides realize, hey, maybe the full picture is not here. The Fantastic Four try to hold it off. The Avengers kind of back off, but then Iron Man goes just full force ahead and accuses Hulkling of being duped and led to the wrong place, and that he's entirely doing the wrong thing. You should trust the plant people.
Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic here because the Avengers are just kind of like, no, you aren't attacking these people, and the Fantastic Four are kind of just like, what's happening? Like they seem very kind of caught off guard by this whole thing.
They did sort of stumble upon the fleet.
Yeah, like they are not really invested in either side yet. They're like, hey, maybe we talk about it, and yeah, the Kree Skrull have no in that.
They weren't there for Stark's speech back in
no
issue 0.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, some of this has also come from the Marvel movies as well, but in the comics, the Kree and the Skrulls have been at war since they've been about from the 70s. Those two being against each other is like oil and water. They have always hated each other. So the Fantastic Four being like, maybe let's figure this out. If these two can come together, maybe we should rethink this. That doesn't happen.
But the Fantastic Four seem to think like they don't really know what to make of this yet. They just straight up just don't have all the information yet, and I think they all recognize that. But yeah, the Avengers are like, no, we're not gonna let you wipe out these plant people, and we're off to a fight.
Bunch of fighting.
Yes, and this is our first instance of the battle rages, because Ghost Rider turns the Quinjet into his ghost Quinjet, and it looks sick.
Yeah, great look. It's got like a face.
Yeah, it's like a skeletal snake face. It is so cool.
Yeah.
It's sick.
But yeah, so the Fantastic Four like, hey, maybe don't do the whole invasion thing, and Thing offers like, just, hey, Hulkling will help kick the ass of all these Empire guys if you want. And he says no, declares an attack, and we're going to war.
Yeah, and fair to Hulkling, we're having to condense a lot because these are 6 issues of stuff going on. But Hulkling kind of has a point earlier where he realizes he is a puppet on the throne, but he said if he could ascend the throne as a puppet and stop a millennia-long war and millions of people dying just by doing this, why not do it?
Yeah.
There is a lot of math in these issues in terms of like, would you rather save 1 million or 1 trillion or whatever amount of people, and does that justify destroying another ridiculous amount of people because the other number is bigger?
Yeah, it kind of ties into later where there is this overarching question being asked of what does it take to be a ruler and a just ruler for your people, and this definitely plays into that of like, what is the appropriate level of math that you're willing to do to kill people to do the right thing. I don't know if it lands entirely, especially with where this war is going to end, but it is a question that is posed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, more fighting.
More fighting. Ghost Quinjet is sick still. I'm gonna keep saying that. Is really cool.
Black Panther has a mech.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I want to know also, where he got it.
Something glossed over a little bit. She-Hulk gets a hammer in it. She, for the majority of the most recent Avengers run, has been Hulk-like more than like She-Hulk-like in terms she's just kind of talking in simple sentences and whatnot. When she gets this hammer, she kind of reverts back to like the She-Hulk of old.
Mm-hmm. Plant magic.
Yeah.
Mech is super cool. I'm really bummed we never see it again. It just kind of disappears.
Yeah. Fastball special happens.
Yep.
It's not just an X-Men thing, I guess.
Nope. Seems to be universal.
Swordsman says on guard.
Again, I think he's a little French.
Yeah. And Thor throws his hammer.
In a really cool sequence. It's a double-page spread of the hammer just flying through this entire battle, and then Hulkling stops it with his own star sword in a really cool pose with great lighting going on.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what? Iron Man was planning on that because he hid a small mechanical device on the hammer that sent a virus to the whole fleet, and now the whole fleet is disabled.
Yeah, so good going Avengers, and Koi, make sure to thank them. And there's an about to happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because as he says, the flowering will begin, where they will rise in all of their splendor and in all of their wrath, because the death blossom will bloom, and they will bring peace, but only upon the sword of vengeance upon all of their enemies.
Yeah, we might have made a whoopsie doopsie.
Oopsie, the plant people were evil.
Yeah.
And then we get a very cool sequence here at the end where Koi, using the power of the Death Blossom to enhance his own powers, is able to control any plant matter in the area to start killing a bunch of people. So this means any oxygen factories on the ships, any bits of food, bits of plants, seeds. We learn that the bits of, plants and seeds that might be stuck on the thing in between all of his cracks on his surface begin to try to eat him alive. It's a very strong display of power from him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once again, what I'm reminded of is the beginning of the campaign mode for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, where everyone gets got by this weird space entity, except for Kirby.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Yeah, and then you have to start on your hero's journey. That's basically what this is. It's the
everyone
villain
was
flexing.
here. They all got defeated, except for a handful.
Mm-hmm.
And we go from there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Koi says the name of the title of this event as they begin their empire. Small claps, he said the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the end of issue number 1. I think it's a fine setup, despite not knowing all of the previous setup, starting this with the Avengers or the Fantastic Four. You can latch onto it pretty easily.
Yeah. You might be confused about the 2 kids in the Fantastic Four ship, but, other than that, it's pretty parsable.
I was confused about them. They kind of get shuffled off here for a while. They show up maybe, I think, in the last issue. But they were about the most confusing thing.
Yeah, let me tell you, they are recurring Fantastic Four characters after this.
Really?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're I think they might be still around in the current run.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
I feel bad for downplaying them. I really thought they were just kind of an event thing.
Yeah, no, Ben adopts them after this.
Hey, you know what? Good for him. He's really taken by these kids.
Yeah. Big fan of these kids. But yeah, meanwhile in Jupiter.
Yeah, meanwhile in space, as we begin issue number 2, this one was also released in July of 2020, there is a mysterious bug-shaped ship heading towards Earth. Yep, we'll get back to that later. Meanwhile.
Yep. So Koi has captured the Avengers that are still kind of near the moon, specifically Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America. Yeah, it's a little bit threatening here.
Yeah, this is where we get a little bit more into Koi's past here, where he says he is the first Avengers baby, and he kind of was. Like I said, the son of Mantis and the Swordsman. And once he was left on the moon with his people, it was the Swordsman who really taught him about the Kotati's past, and how the infection of animal life was the root of all evil in the galaxy.
Yep.
Yeah. So, they've weaponized all the plant life. The fleet is going down. Swordsman slashes She-Hulk and makes a portal and dips out. And again, this is kind of what we were talking about when Krakoa-looking stuff here. Because, this is a Krakoan gate.
It's just a gate. It's missing some of the glowy bits on it, but it looks pretty similar. Cool to know it's a universal technology.
We get a little bit here where Iron Man mentions that Carol was right, which is something else from the Avengers issue. She was kind of the one that was like, hey, I don't know about these Kotati people. There was some weird stuff that we saw earlier this year.
Right. Yeah, no, you have a good point. Because he does mention that there were a couple of people as Skrulls, I believe, that died mysteriously with plants bursting out of them.
Yes.
It is revealed later on also that, yes, this was the Kotati. This was their setup to all of this. And they were just silencing people who may have warned someone ahead of time.
Yeah, and Iron Man was so caught up in like just being like, no, this is the right thing to do, that he just missed it, even though it was pointed out to him. But yeah, apparently been killing people for a bit.
They also telepathically implanted a dream into Stark, which is the one we get at the beginning of the Avengers prologue.
Yeah. So yeah, they were playing Stark kind of hard just going into this whole thing, apparently.
Yep.
Yeah, and they played it well. You know, everything seems to have worked.
But yeah, so they did some stuff on a Kree planet, pretty much like poisoned the whole planet, turned it into old plant stuff. The Kree showed up and blew it up.
Yeah, we're gonna learn how they blew it up later, and it's pretty bad. But in the meantime, while Koi has been talking, Hulk has been able to use his wonderful ability to recall his hammer, as it flies into his hand and he is able to free everybody from the tree. Unfortunately, their enemy gets away, but they are now free to at least help out their new allies.
Yeah. Hulk got some blonde hair.
Yeah. Pretty bad oversight to like let him recall the hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe restrain his hands just a bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but here we get the lead into many of the other tie-ins here, because we learn that the Kotati have invaded Earth, and they did it pretty viciously and pretty quickly, which is where Captain America is going to go, and several other people are going to go to try and help the different areas around Earth deal with this.
We see the New York Public Library.
Yeah.
Which, again, I find it very interesting how New York is usually the one pictured in this.
I think so as well. I think it's just because it's quote-unquote iconic and has many iconic buildings.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Marvel was originally based out of New York, so they had like a bunch of their superheroes just around there.
That would make more sense.
Because like that was kind of where everybody started. Like Spider-Man was a New York superhero, X-Men were in upstate New York, so it's just kind of always been the roots.
Yeah, I like those lion statues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're cool. So, meanwhile, in space, while the Avengers go back down to Earth, Captain Marvel joins the Fantastic Four and the remaining Kree-Skrull forces on the ship. We see Hulkling save the Thing from being eaten alive by the plants on him. And just a lot of other general superhero stuff going on. We do learn that Hulkling's sword, called the Star Sword, does seem to have a special property against the plants. So
very convenient.
Extremely convenient, actually. But combining this with Captain Marvel's ability to redirect energy that is she is attacked with, I guess would be the best way to put it. Hulkling stabs her. And she basically almost dies in the process, but she is able to build up enough of the Star Sword's energy to blast the entire Kree-Skrull ship and get rid of all of the plants.
Yeah, so got that taken care of.
She's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah, she's good. She wakes up, they're like, you good to go. And then they give her a hammer.
Mm-hmm. I do always forget that Captain Marvel is Kree. It's something I always forget, even with the movies. I always forget it. Probably because she's not blue.
Yeah.
But she is granted the title of Accuser and is given Ronin's hammer.
Yeah, gets a new costume, darker colors.
Yeah.
They mentioned the pyre.
Yep.
I do
Sure,
love the blue and green scheme in her new suit.
It's really nice because it's not very bright blue and greens. They're like muted.
Yeah. It's like, it looks dark. But yeah, they mentioned the pyre. Apparently that's going to end some worlds. And yeah, that's the end of issue 2.
Yep, with a nice little hint there of Hulkling maybe just has a big red button he could hit.
Yeah.
So, again, fine. Issue number 2 kind of ups the stakes here, shows us how it is bleeding into the rest of the Marvel Universe. Of course, on this podcast, we didn't cover any of that and all of that. You can read it in all of the tie-ins and just see what everybody was up to. But that's usually a hallmark of Marvel line-wide events, is it is a thing that is happening to everybody. Maybe not everybody is involved in solving it, but everybody is involved with dealing with the damage.
I might check out some of those. I like this enough to dip my toes in a little more.
Yeah, I would have to look at the list again to see what has come out for it. I would have loved to have read the Thor one, and honestly, probably the Black Panther one with Wakanda, because a lot of the rest of this comic is going to be taking place in Wakanda. But, unfortunately, we do not have those.
Yeah. I'm curious about the Fantastic Four ones. I do like those kits.
Yeah, those are definitely the most involved of the event tie-ins, if I remember right. The author being the same, I think, is kind of a big part of that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we kind of get the payoff to those issues in issue 6, so yeah, we'll get to that.
Yes, which is very confusing and out of left field, but we'll talk about that one.
Yeah, it's all of a sudden like, here is a plot of something that we haven't read, but
yeah. So, but issue number 3. Still written by the same folks, released also in July of 2020. The battle rages on Earth. Only thing I gotta say about the opening panel here is I love the colors. Everything is very colorful, even the awful murdering plant people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say they're the most colorful.
I'm loving the energy of Blue Guy to the left.
Yes, just screaming.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's got big vibes, and I'm here for it.
He's so pumped to be here.
Meanwhile, we go to depressed Tony inside the Avengers celestial body thing. Did we talk about the Avengers mountain being like a dead body of a celestial? Because that's a thing.
I did not know about this. It's funny because I read 1 through 6 first, because that's what we were covering for this. And then I went back to read the prologues, and this is a little, this is mentioned in the Avengers prologue, that this is the body of a dead celestial. And what's that about?
Yeah, that's just where they live.
It's cool.
I think they.
I think it's cool.
Yeah, at the beginning of this run, I forgot why, but yeah, they live here. This will, depending on if we stick with the Krakoa stuff, this will actually come up again. But
yes,
that's for
in arguably the coolest way possible. Actually, because I really like that event. But even though this celestial is very important, I also don't know where they got it. I just know that they live in it now.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact details, but yeah, this happens at the very beginning of, and it was Jason Aaron's from like 20 of the Avengers run that's happening at the time this is.
That makes sense if it was Jason Aaron.
Yeah.
So I like soaking in the vibes. That's enough for me.
Yes.
I like Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah, I don't know if we need to know like too much of the backstory of the Celestial, but yeah, this is where they live. It's pretty cool. I think they're like in like they're somewhere snowy. I don't remember where.
Isn't it closer to the North Pole?
It might be.
I feel like it was like farther up there.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's cold, it's dark, there's snow everywhere, and Tony Stark is really depressed.
Tony looks like a mess, man. Like, this is...
He's really beating himself up that he got duped by the Kotati so hard.
Yeah.
So he's trying to figure out stuff to fix this mess, but it's not working. We also get some hints as to where the rest of the Avengers are. Like we said, Captain America is leading Earth's heroes, battling the Kotati around the world. Here's Thor
on a motorcycle.
On a motorcycle.
Yes. That's very important.
Yes.
Thor's on a quest that we apparently don't see.
On a mythic quest that we don't know. Yeah. Tony is here. Reed is also here trying to check in on Tony and hopefully help out. But he's realizing he doesn't know what quite to do, There's this inner monologue going on about how Reed has the backing of his family always with him, where Tony is kind of on his own. And that kind of leads to this distance between the two of them.
Yep. Reed has his family, and Stark has his Back to the Future reference.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's about it.
Mm-hmm. Cut to Wakanda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, did you know Wakanda was a really popular movie? Did you know that this all of the designs here do call back to that really hard?
Yes.
Oh, the Black Panther movie? Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, we got the whole like Wakandan army out here with the Thing and Ghost Rider and some of the agents of Wakanda. This gorilla dude is one of those guys.
Yep, he is in the Agents of Wakanda, and unfortunately just does not get an ending, which is a really big bummer.
This sumo guy back here, I believe his name is Fat Cobra, also in the Agents of Wakanda.
Great name.
Yeah. So yeah, we're fighting. Oh, also Wasp is here apparently. I don't know where she came from, but
wow, I forgot she was here also until you said that. Also,
yeah.
Ghost Rider's here too.
Yeah, yep. And, the battle will rage.
Yes.
Yes, this is like the last act of Black Panther, except with more guys.
Yes, and plant people.
Yes.
But I do want to, call out to Wakanda with its really, really pretty yellow, purple, and orange skies.
Mm-hmm.
Phenomenal. I love it. Really good choice for colors.
We get a scene later here of the Kotati at Lake Victoria, which is apparently near Wakanda. And there's a shot of a bunch of the Kotati people standing on a tree. Looks great. Just there's like a reflection of like red off the lake.
It's
I think everything in these issues looks fantastic. Like the entire run is just pure eye candy. Just great use of color. Everything looks so dynamic. This does feel like premium in that sense.
Yeah, 100%. So, but the swordsman is here with Koi, saying that they really need to be careful with Wakanda, because the Black Panther is the most dangerous man alive, as he has probably figured out why they are trying to take Wakanda so violently. And if we turn the page...
Cut to Black Panther explaining why they're trying to take Wakanda so violently.
Yeah. Just really, really good pacing cut there. And basically he has figured out that the Kotati want the great vibranium mound that is in Wakanda. Because if they can plant a death blossom there, imagine how much stronger they could become.
They will turn everyone into people.
Yes. And perhaps even destroy an entire galaxy.
Yeah. It seems bad.
Yeah, so we cannot let that happen. And that is going to be the main focus for almost the rest of this entire event.
I love comics. I love how they can just make up stakes like this.
Yes.
Yeah. Just
it's fun.
Death Blossom. Like, sure.
What's a death blossom? It's a plant that lets the guy kill a lot of people. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is one of the things I really like about comic book events like this, is, we can just up the stakes, and sure, maybe you don't have to think about it that much, but it's fun.
Yeah. So, the bug person from Jupiter's here now. It's Mantis.
It's Mantis, and she wants to speak to her son.
Yeah.
She's mad.
Mantis of Guardians of the Galaxy fame, kind of a different character here.
Yes. Yeah, the movie Mantis is a lot more timid and played off as a comic relief, I feel. Whereas this Mantis could probably kill you in maybe 2 moves.
Yeah.
So
very, very clearly communicated how this is not the movie Mantis.
Yeah. I will say I don't know much about her from the comics, so there's really not a lot I can give for her. I just know she's here, she wants to talk to her son, and she doesn't know what her husband is doing.
Yep. But yeah, meanwhile, back on the command ship.
Back on the command ship, we're having a debate as to who can have the most heroic death to maybe stop the Kotati. Should Captain Marvel get stabbed again so she can blow up like a bomb on the moon and stop them and also maybe die? Or should they not do that?
Yeah. Meanwhile, just during all this, while Human Torch is kind of giving Hulkling a little bit of shit for being a figurehead, Black Panther just kind of calls him up on the mind phone and is like, "Hey man, can you lend me your sword?" Hulkling is like, "Yeah, sure, dude," and sword's gone.
Yeah. Key point here, Hulkling asks, does an Avenger have to die? And Black Panther says, no. And that's all he needed.
Yeah. He's like, all right, here's the sword.
I mean, he's not actually looking out for the best outcome here.
Yeah, he's hoping for he's hoping for a better way, but yeah, it really isn't like this isn't the best way, clearly.
He does have a red button.
Yes.
Yeah.
He wants to press.
Yes, and we are about to learn of it because we are told that we need to be reminded of what the Pyre is. And the Pyre is the Skrull's ability to blow up a sun. They've done this before because all races in the universe have kind of agreed blowing up the sun is not a cool move to do. However, when the Kotati took over another planet that the Skrulls had made their own, they realized that they couldn't save everybody there, and it would be better to burn it all than let the Kotati spread across the universe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep, that's their way to stop the Kotati if they do this Death Blossom thing, is just nuke the sun.
Yep. Just blow it up.
And so yeah, this becomes kind of numbers here, where they're like that's billions of people will die, and the Skrulls are just kind of like, yeah, we'll save our entire galaxy if we do that, though. That's trillions.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's the trolley problem again, but bigger.
Yeah. But yeah, they kind of just say Hulkling doesn't have the strength, and we walk off, and Captain Glory, who's one of the Kree guys, is talking to another Kree who actually isn't a Kree. She's a Skrull.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah.
Yep, and we learn that she is Arkel, Empress of the Skrulls. I know, hold your shock, hold your gasps. Yeah, she's an old character from the 70s.
Yeah, also apparently the grandmother of Hulkling.
Yes.
And she wants him to be the absolute ruler of the galaxy.
Yep, and that's why she has done this entire charade.
Yeah, Captain Glory says sick, and
he does pretty much just say sick, huh?
Yeah, and if you look at the reading order now in this one, we have significantly less books now.
So many of them were cut out. This one is fine. More build up, more everything. I really liked the part where they were describing what the Pyre is, because this Skrull planet that they had was a bunch of Skrull artists and dreamers pretending to be Earth culture from like the 60s, which is really weird, but also really fun at the same time. Just a very comic book thing to do.
It's a cool little thing. I'm sad they got blown up.
I'm also sad they got blown up.
The 60s RP planet?
Yeah.
Yes. My only other comment would be with Arkel, the Empress here. I had to look her up. I'm sure there are people who read this and went, oh, I remember her. She originally was supposed to have died a long time ago when Galactus ate her world. She was kind of a bigger deal in early Fantastic Four, but then again, she died. But her reveal is played off like it's a very big deal. I'm just kind of sitting here going, I don't know who that is.
No, she's a menacing lady. What more do you need?
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. It's something, an issue I have with
flowery
comics.
Dress.
She does have a cool dress. I dig the purple and green. It's a good color combo.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens to her, but she doesn't end up being as big of a deal as I thought she would be.
That's fair. There's a lot of things going on here. Can't have everything be a big deal.
Yeah. But yeah, want to move on to issue 4 here?
Yep, with issue number 4, this one was released in August of 2020. And we open back up in space where Hulkling has apparently woken up on the wrong side of the bed because he immediately wants to use the pyre now.
Oh yeah, he comes out and he says, "I want to hit the button."
He's so excited to hit the button.
Yeah, he's like, "It's time. We're gonna have to do some sacrificing."
Yep. We do actually have a fun moment here where, as accuser, Captain Marvel can do a scan of the person she is accusing, which, considering you're fighting shapeshifters, that is a very good thing to do. So she accuses Hulkling of not being Hulkling, but he passes the genetic scan. According to the Hammer, this is Hulkling. This is him. This is no one else. He just did decide to wake up and hit the button.
Yeah. Also, I want to point out that Captain Glory is just standing in the background smirking during all this.
Yeah, he's definitely having his villain moment of like, yes, wonderful.
Yes, the button. We need to press the pyre button. Captain Marvel and Human Torch are not happy with this turn.
No, I think blowing up Earth is not on their to-do list. We do get more numbers,
Yeah, billions of lives, no, quintillions of lives.
We're just gonna keep going up.
We've moved it from trillions, yeah.
I really like the panel with Human Torch and Captain Marvel.
I do as well.
Yeah, it's very good.
I think it might be my favorite
getting into
pose in the whole run here.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, it's very good, like battle pose wise.
Yeah,
I like the flame. I like the half flame on Johnny. I like the fire like in Captain Marvel's feet here. Like it's just a cool look.
Yeah.
it's fantastic.
Yeah. So in this, the battle rages and they begin to fight the Kree and the Skrulls.
Yeah, specifically the Super Skrull, who has the powers of all the Fantastic Four.
And also big eyes.
Yeah. Doesn't go super well for them, and they get teleported out of there.
Yep, we haven't really talked about her, but there is another Skrull, I believe. No, is she a Kree or is she a Skrull? She's Kree.
She's a Skrull.
Is she?
Yeah, she's got the chin.
Yeah, she does.
I think.
She has the ability to teleport people. She's got a bit of magic, I believe. So she teleports the Human Torch and Captain Marvel out of there. And Hulkling asks, where did you send them? And she only had one place immediately prepared, and that was to Hulkling's boyfriend's home, aka Wiccan's home.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
yeah, if you couldn't guess from the Scarlet Witch relation in this dude's costume, he is a magic user.
Yes, and a very, very good magic user. We covered him a little bit earlier. He was also introduced in Young Avengers #1 alongside Hulkling and a couple other characters back in 2005. The only thing you really need to know is he can manipulate reality and manipulate energy at an insane level when he's able to. And he also has a twin brother who goes by Speed. He's not really in this event, besides in the background at one point. But Wiccan at one point was a candidate for Sorcerer Supreme. So that kind of tells you his level of power here.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Meanwhile,
he just got home. He has a carton of milk in his hand.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe at this moment he is a member of Strike Force?
Nothing. I don't even know if he's on Strike Force.
I believe he was
I have to say,
Force.
For a second, I thought you were about to drop some lore on this milk carton.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, it being comics, it totally could. There could be something here with this milk carton that we don't even know about.
I'm looking it up if it is in Strike Force. He could be. This run ended around this time.
Yeah, because Strike Force was supposed to get an Empyre tie-in, but it did not.
Yeah, he was in Strike Force at this time, although it ran for 9 issues and got canceled.
Yep. Womp womp.
Yeah, what a weird team this was.
Who's on the team?
Oh, it's so we got Wiccan, Angela, who was like an Asgardian, Blade, Winter Soldier, Spider-Woman, Spectrum, and Hellstorm.
Blade?
Yeah. Blade,
That-
Blade was actually like, I don't know if he's about to, but Blade ends up like in the Avengers around them.
What a weird combo.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a Blade resurgence in this era. It was odd.
Huh. Yeah, what a very interesting combo.
Yeah, but yeah, so we have our carton of milk, and we're back at the Avengers Mountain.
Yes, back at the dead god in the icy wastes. Tony and Reed are working together as they still try to work things out, and Tony is currently building a Fantastic Four Iron Man suit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Reed questions this, and he's like, nah, man, I make suits. Let me make suits.
Mm-hmm. He's like, this is my
Yep.
process. This is how I work, which, fair, yes, that is how he works.
I really like this exchange. I really love the I think in suits line.
Yeah, I do too. It's kind of good.
It kind of makes the whole character click in a way.
Yeah, like this is what I do. Like, but yeah, so Black Panther is monologuing about being a leader.
Yes, which is where I think the whole overarching storyline starts to really pick up here about what it takes to be a leader. You know, Black Panther's like, well, you need to have compassion, but you also need to do what's best for your people. And he's talking about this because he's fighting a wave of Kotati warriors here. And he says he could just irradiate the entire area and nuke it, but that would hurt his people in the long run because then once this is over, his people can't live here, and that would not make a good leader.
He's not thinking in enough numbers here. That's his problem.
That's true. He should have thought of the quintillions. Instead, he was only thinking about the millions.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know about millions. Like, it's just like thousands. Like, what about the millions of people on Earth that you are dooming because of this weak decision, T'Challa?
Nah, they don't matter.
All right. Meanwhile, back on the lake, I cannot get over how good this looks. I love the animals just kind of showing the scale. Like, you get these elephants that almost look small.
Mm-hmm. It's the red, and then it switches into like a light violet. It's really pretty.
Yeah.
So, but the diplomacy team has arrived with Mantis, Invisible Woman, The Thing, and She-Hulk here to talk to Koi and hopefully talk him out of this horrible genocide that he really wants to do.
Yeah.
It does not work.
Yeah, it doesn't pan out. Yeah, so they're sitting there talking, and She-Hulk throws in something about like, hey, you know, the Kree Skrull are doing a Pyre thing. That's pretty bad, right?
Yeah.
They're lying to you. We should attack like right now. And they're like, what? Yeah, no, she's a Kotati.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, in like one of the most horrific looking things so far. I do think when the Thing was being eaten alive by plants that were on his body was kind of up there, but She-Hulk just vomiting plants and then turning into this horrific half plant creature definitely tops that easily. It's a terrifying look.
It is very fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah. So
which I have to say,
yeah.
If you saw this and went, wow, that's really messed up, but that's really cool, you should go read The Immortal Hulk by Al Ewing, because it's the same thing for like 50 issues. It's a lot of terrifying body horror, but with the Hulk.
It's very good, yes.
You know, maybe I should read The Immortal Hulk.
You really should.
Yeah.
It's very good.
It's good. It's a good book. But yeah, so it turns out She-Hulk's dead. When the Kotati possess a human body, it turns green, but She-Hulk's already green, so no worries there. It doesn't give him away. So they turn She-Hulk into a Kotati.
Yep, back
Just
when
a
she
galaxy brain move.
Yes.
Yeah.
Back when she got that hammer in issue number 1, they just sort of snuck her away for a little bit, killed her, and then acted like nothing happened.
Yeah.
There were
She's
some
becoming more plant-like.
There were some hints to this early on. There's a moment when she comes back with the hammer where she's got like a shadow over her face and her eye is gleaming, and then the swordsman has the same gleam in his eye, like the same issue or an issue later. So it was hinted at, but it's still a great reveal because you're really not sure what was going on back then, and having it be this is a bit extreme and not what I was expecting.
Yeah. Because it's like She-Hulk is straight up dead here.
Yes. Yeah, no, she's extremely
Like-
dead. This is just a plant controlling her body.
Yeah.
You know, it's not quite The Last of Us clicker, because those look more mushroom-like. This is just a plant doing the same thing.
Yeah. But yeah, Swordsman leaves, and the Koi leaves with him, and the battle continues to rage.
The battle rages.
But yeah, Wiccan looks into Captain Marvel's mind and is like, yeah, no, that's not Teddy.
Yep. He's like, I know those eyes, I know those mannerisms, and that is not my husband, because dun dun
Yep.
dun, they got married.
Yeah, off screen. This probably would have been pretty cool to see. Did they release an issue about this?
Yes, they did.
Yes. Next issue.
Well, yeah.
Next issue, but also the epilogue to Empyre ended up getting split into 3 different comics, and one of them covers the wedding.
Okay.
Oh. Sure.
Yeah, that's cool.
Um,
I like the Young Avengers in the background here of their little wedding panel as well. That's a cool little touch.
yes. And Wiccan's twin brother Speed just hanging out there in the green. The only time we're ever going to see him.
Yeah.
But this was the big reveal at the end of this comic that the two, Wiccan and Hulkling, who had been dating for years at this point, finally got married.
Yeah.
I had mentioned it last episode that X Factor was a GLAAD Award nominee for Outstanding Comic Book for 2021. And it did not win. The one that did win is Empyre because of this moment.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense. And I'm guessing more, we go a little bit deeper into it here.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, this makes sense. Like,
Yeah. These two have always been a couple together. People have been wanting them to get married for years. While looking into the two of them, in 2012, which is when Northstar married his husband, Wiccan and Hulkling made a joke to each other about getting married. So it's kind of been a thing in the works for a while. And considering that Empyre was going to be Marvel's biggest line-wide event ever, it's kind of a big deal that one of the linchpin moments is 2 male characters getting married being like a big part of the story.
yeah.
So, and specifically, why GLAAD awarded them this award for Outstanding Comic Book Representation was for this issue and the next one, the Lords of Empyre Emperor Hulkling tie-in, which is going to be mentioned not that far from now, but the Kree-Skrull Alliance did try to break up these two at one point, and Hulkling just tells them no. And then also the Empyre Aftermath Avengers, which is the full wedding plus an extra proper wedding for everybody else to be involved, and not this last-minute one, as we're gonna see.
Oh yeah, they have a Vegas wedding.
Yes.
They do. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
It is cute. But yeah, we kind of get so our first issue, or well, issue 5 here starts out at Wiccan's apartment, where they're talking about how they want to get married, and Hulkling's just like, what are we waiting for? Let's.
Mm-hmm. So they decide to walk through a portal and head to Vegas, and they're like, are we sure we want to do this so last minute? Hulkling is being summoned to space. They don't have that much time. But most of their friends are either speedsters or can teleport. So, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, they have their fun Vegas wedding. The two of them kiss, and they are married happily ever after.
Yeah. It's cute. I like this.
Yeah, it's cute. It's fun.
It's good for them to have their moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad they had their moment and they were finally able to, tie the knot. I was reading a interview with Dan Slott and Al Ewing about this issue. It was part of Screen Rant, where they said, I believe it was Dan Slott who said, he tends to write stories as if they're really, really fast-paced. So he had always planned to have them get married, and the idea for it to be the cliffhanger of an issue kind of came to him as he was writing it. Because normally cliffhangers in events like this is, oh, check in to find out what bad thing might happen to your hero. Whereas this one, it's, no, check out to see what happy and good thing happened to your hero. So he kind of turned that on his head. But he always had planned it out that it was going to be this way. And they even did talk to both Hulkling and Wiccan's creators from Young Avengers to make sure that they were doing this correctly.
That's fun.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
One of the perks of getting married is if the person you are married to knows magic, that means that they can now find you almost anywhere, because magic is metaphor.
This is true. I can confirm that. I cannot tell you how I know, but this is true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think Apocalypse had a data page about that, about like, as above, so below or something.
Right. Famously, that is the line about marriage.
Yes. Yeah. Attributed to Apocalypse as above, so below.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
that's it right there.
So Wiccan is able to use his powers to what we believe to be teleport himself to where his husband is. We're not going to see this right now because we're going to watch the Thing get the other shit beat out of him by Plant She-Hulk.
Uh-huh. He's not having a great time there.
No, he's not. He's getting his rock face punched in here.
Yeah, and we're cutting over it, but Plant She-Hulk's lines and everything they're saying really just driving everything home. Because Jen and the Thing are very good friends. So the fact that the Thing now has to fight his friend's dead body, he's not really into that and is kind of holding back, whereas she is not.
Yeah. He says he's the mortal Thing. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yes. Also,
he talks about the kids a little.
Yes, which is one of my favorite moments. But before that, just a reminder that the Invisible Woman is absolutely terrifying because she does have the ability to make force fields. And at one point, Mantis says, why don't you try putting force fields in her brain to stop her so you can just kill her? And Invisible Woman's like, yeah, I've been trying, but she doesn't seem to notice.
It's not working, yeah.
Like, the fact that she was trying to just straight up kill She-Hulk and it didn't really bat an eye about it, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The battle rages in the next page.
Yeah, battle rages.
Yep.
Sergio mentioned it, but the Thing kind of has this little monologue here where he's like, I don't know why. I know the planet's being attacked. I know my friends are being hurt or killed. But for some reason, I just keep thinking about them kids and how they should have a better life and a home.
Yeah.
And that gives him his fighting spirit. I think
they happen to be Skrull and Kree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Get it?
Put your dukes up.
Put your dukes up.
Huh?
I just gotta say, this is probably one of my favorite moments of the entire comic. It's just a very honest look at the Thing.
Yeah.
They could have easily just done, oh, you're invading my planet, let's fight, But no, he's like, yeah, for some reason I just keep thinking about the kids and I'm gonna fight for them.
Yep. I think it's interesting how they position him with the, as you put it, the diplomatic team of Mantis and Susan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's not a character you would traditionally expect in that role, but I think he's working well here.
Yeah, he's really good at words. He's probably said the best things out of this entire team so far.
Yeah.
Mantis wasn't super successful trying to convince Koi of not doing the genocide.
Yeah, the Thing has an honesty to him that I think works really well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, in other parts of Wakanda, Black Panther is decapitating plant people, but he's still getting overrun because their numbers are unending, and he is only one man.
Yeah, he's going nuts with his sword, but doesn't seem to be.
Yep, the battle rages, and as it does, one of the Kotati is able to get close enough to the vibranium mound, sacrifice themselves, and become a gate through which Koi and the swordsman can walk through.
Yeah, they are in the end game now. Avengers Endgame, as Black Panther says.
Go watch
And then
it.
he gets stabbed.
Yeah, and then he gets stabbed. He lied to Hulkling about the sword and not having an Avenger die. He gets stabbed what looks like through the heart.
As Koi shows up with a sick looking mask and like an egg, and as Swordsman just kneels to him.
With again, there are some really good lines in this. Some of them are a little cheesy, but the Swordsman stabbing Black Panther and kicking him away and saying, show respect. You are a mere king, and I serve the Messiah.
Yeah,
it's good. I appreciate it.
What's a god to a king?
What's a god to a king? What's a Black Panther to a plant?
What is a Black Panther to a plant?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
Rabble? That's what it looks like. Or just a dead body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in space, Wiccan returns onto the ship, and Hulkling just calls him William Kaplan, which I feel like is also another hint that, yeah, no, this is just not Hulkling.
I don't know. I think we're past hints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True, but they're really driving it home of like, yeah, no, not the same person.
Yeah. So yeah, Wiccan's like, you thought you were the real Teddy, but I have the real Teddy, and yeah,
and he's right here.
Yeah.
And he's wearing a cool mask that is actually not cool because it inhibits his scroll powers, so he can't transform. Yeah. But everyone else in the room is shocked. They can't believe they've been duped.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, the Super Scroll is Captain Glory's just like, I know.
And this must be a trick.
Yeah. So, Captain Marvel realizes that it's probably Tanalith that, is, pretending to be Hulkling because she's the one that gave her the weapon, and says like, you're gonna have to start this pyre, or you're gonna have to stop this pyre thing. But, we Ozymandias this shit, and Hulkling's like, or fake Hulkling is like, yeah, I already hit the button.
Yeah. Again, just more really good lines here of, oh, what do you mean trigger the pyre? Why would I do that twice?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good moment. Kind of a good mic drop there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, really fun. And then we turn the page, and the Kree Skrull forces, led by the fake Hulkling, challenge Captain Marvel, real Hulkling, and the Human Torch. And the battle starts to rage.
Yeah. Thing is still fighting She-Hulk.
Yep.
And yeah.
Black Panther's dead. Seed.
Black Panther's dead.
Yeah, Black Panther's dead, yes.
Yeah. Don't think about how the swordsman's like, wow, that's weird, he's just dead like that. I'm sure that's not going to mean anything.
Yeah, you got stabbed. It hurts. It kills you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is how death happens.
We mentioned that all across the globe they're fighting forces, and to show that, we get a shot of Kazar, of all people, punching some Kotati.
I will believe you on that, because I have no idea who this blonde man is.
Oh, he's just hangs out in the Savage Land.
Sure.
That's Kazar. Like,
cool. Good for him.
He's got a pet named like Zabu or something. Yeah.
That's cool. I'm happy he's punching the plant guy real good.
I'm happy for him too. But yeah, so it looks like things are pretty bad for our heroes, but Tony Stark and Reed are about to go do some stuff, and it looks like the armor, if you couldn't tell by the Fantastic Four thing, was not for Tony, it was for Reed.
Dun dun dun. Oh, and by the way, they only have about 9 minutes, because the Death Blossom will bloom in 9 minutes, and also the sun will explode in 9 minutes.
Yeah, so sometime in the next 9 minutes. So yeah, we got to go save the world, and they seem like they're gonna do that.
Woo! Yep. Do you want your stakes raised? Because this is how you do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
there are some designs in the next page on the copy I'm reading, and there's a stretched version of the Iron Man costume.
It looks really
silly.
Which I think
looks really, really silly. I love it.
I also really like it. It's very funny looking.
It's like the tall Mario meme?
Yes, it is. And it doesn't have as much detail, so it's basically low poly.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I should mention, because I think all of our copies of this do have the extra art pages in the back. I love the designs of all the Kotati that have been in each of these. Just different looks at them, different sketches, designs, different coloring samples. Like, they really went all in on designing more of those characters. And you can tell as you read through it.
Yeah. I really like the how bird looking the Kotari are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have easily gone with, stick-like plant tree people, but I like that they gave them variation.
Yeah, they've got like a lot of feathers going on. I guess they are leaves, but feathers is like what they look like to me.
Yeah, I'd agree. So, all right, do we want to go on to number 6, our final here?
Let's go.
Yeah, let's finish it off.
All right, this one was released in September of 2020. And we haven't been talking about it, but in the first few pages, there is a list here of the teams. Avengers, Fantastic Four, and it has all of the characters. Under the Kotati, She-Hulk did go from the Avengers to the Kotati side. Just a fun little thing there.
Yeah.
But starting off this issue, we actually get kind of a recap here, which I think is an interesting choice. It's from Reed's perspective, but it's basically explaining the stakes at hand. So the Death Blossom is going to bloom soon. That means Koi could probably just blow up the whole galaxy with plants if he wanted to. But also the sun could explode in 9 minutes, and that's bad too.
Yeah. Tony even makes a little joke, sitting here wasting time talking it out. Yeah, so Tony's sending Reed to Wakanda to go solve that stuff, and Tony's going to handle the sun.
Yep. 2 geniuses who both have plans on how to save the world.
I like start getting his mojo back in these last couple of pages.
I do too.
Yeah.
He has a fun line there where he's like, I'm in my element, I'm in a cave with a box of scraps, doing what I do best. And I agree earlier with what you both said, where his line about, I'm just the guy who makes suits, I think in suits. It really endears me to this version of Iron Man, and to see him finally bounce back from his depression and be like, okay, yeah, I do have this, has been nice to see.
It's funny because the move he makes is basically like, I was never depressed at all. This is why I'm best.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because like you expect it to go one way and like this was the process. He just worked through it.
I think in terms of depression. Give me time.
Yeah, just hold up. Just got to go on a little bit of a bender, make a suit, and we'll be good to go. Like,
yep.
Poor Iron Man.
Yeah.
So we're gonna cut to New York here, where a ton of stuff has been happening off screen.
Just one little thing real quick. It looks like Tony's putting on a Fantastic Four suit. So yeah, we're just swapping costumes here.
Yep.
Yeah, don't worry about that part.
That's fun.
But yeah, in New York, Spider-Man and Wolverine have joined the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, blue Spider-Man and blue Wolverine.
Yeah, it's and that's not the weirdest part. I almost feel like I need to quote this guy word for word. He says that the Dark Harvest has completed their mission. They have now taken the Kree and Skrull children that the Fantastic Four have saved, put them in crystal, and then taken their genetic hatred in their cells and then projected it out into the Kree Skrull forces so the war can begin anew.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Sounds fine.
Yeah, so if you can't tell, we might have missed a couple of plot beats here.
You
Fantastic Four issues.
You think?
Yeah, so a lot of the Kree and Skrull are just getting very mad at each other, just out and about.
Yeah. I will have to ask, Tim, have you read those Fantastic Four issues at all?
It's been a very long time. Yes, but like I can't tell you much about them. Pretty much like the Fantastic Four is like reformed with Val, Franklin, Spider-Man, and Wolverine, and they just kind of like have to fight stuff off on like Yancey Street while all this stuff's going on around them.
Radical. Okay.
I love it. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get more battle raging across the planet and space here as the Kree and the Skrulls have their hatred reignited for one another and just start fighting each other.
Yeah.
Unless you are a Kree-Skrull hybrid, in which case you're probably having the worst migraine of your life.
Yeah. Captain Marvel's not having a good time. But yeah, they during all this, Captain Glory admits that Hulkling is actually fakeling.
Yes. Yeah, just kind of openly says it in his taunts.
Yeah. And it looks like because of the mask, Hulkling's not affected by this.
Which, you know what? That worked out really well.
Yeah, Johnny gives him a thumbs up and says, "Good thing I can't get it off, or didn't get it off."
Mm-hmm. But Wiccan, Captain Marvel, and Human Torch have a plan to hopefully stop the sun from blowing up if the Human Torch can absorb some of the sun's powers, which he thinks he can do, maybe. But it's worth a shot, because it's that or the world blows up.
Yeah, so these three are doing all that. But we get a real cool shot of them just, like, standing next to the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, the sun is, like, the whole page.
Yeah, we do get this heartwarming moment of the Human Torch really not sure if he can do it. He really wishes his family was here, just to reinforce that the Fantastic Four are better as a family. But it's okay, because the Avengers are also his family, and I'm sure the power of friendship will save the day.
And the superhuman powers.
Yes, also that. We cut back to the Thing still getting the snot beat out of him by She-Hulk. And
this has been going on for 3 issues now.
Yes.
Yeah. They're still fighting.
Yeah, they're still fighting. The Thing is bleeding. If you ever thought a rock could bleed, yes, it can. But it's okay. He's still sort of standing. Kind of. But Invisible Woman has a plan, but she does need Mantis to block off all of her pain receptors because she's going to go above and beyond the limit of her physical body, and she doesn't really want to feel that. Yep, and as this is happening, we do get a cut back and forth between New York and here, where Val and Franklin talk to the Kree and Skrull kids, which is Joe Venn and Nikala, and tell them to remember their time in the arena when they were fighting each other, and how through all of that horror and pain and everything that they were going through, that there was still one other person there with them who knew exactly what it felt like and knew exactly what they were going through, and therefore they would always have each other.
Yeah. And Thing, meanwhile, is talking to the dead body of She-Hulk and just telling her, we've been through so much. Like, I know you're in there. We don't quit on each other.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you kind of have these moments of just, like, just... I don't know. They're both very nice moments here.
Never back down, never give up.
Yeah.
Just, keep going. We also have a fun reference here from Ewing, I'm certain, to the Immortal Hulk, because as She-Hulk is being held and is actually soon to be resurrected, the plant creature says that it can see through a door, and before it can say what it sees, it dies horribly.
Yep, She-Hulk's back and just as hulky as ever.
Woo! Again, go read The Immortal Hulk. It's really, really good. I really won't stop talking about how good that is. It's amazing. But yeah, no, She-Hulk is back, still talking in single sentences now, but that means everything's okay.
Yay!
Yeah.
We did it.
The kids are presumably fine?
Yes, the kids are,
Yeah.
we think, okay. All of the Krees and Skrulls stop fighting each other, and they realize, wow, we should not have been fighting each other. And Glari kind of has an interesting moment here that is not really touched on that much, and I kind of wish it was, where he admits that he agreed to this plan with the Empress because he wanted the war back, and the war that he lived to fight. But has now realized that, hey, there's better things than fighting to be alive for.
Yeah, his plan was, after all this was done, he was gonna be like, hey, that's not Hulkling, and that would, break apart the alliance. But now he's not into that.
Yeah, which I kind of wish they would have touched on a little bit more. I think you do have some interesting story there about the soldier who will reignite the war because he misses it. But that's not the purpose of this comic, because that's going to get brushed off pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So the remaining forces here are teleported off by Hulkling's magic friend here, because Hulkling and the Empress need to have a conversation.
Yeah, about what makes a king. And meanwhile, we're about to see what makes a king, as Black Panther's back.
Surprise!
Not dead.
He's not dead.
Nope. Not a scratch on him.
Nope. In fact,
you had no pulse.
I would argue,
Panther, you were dead.
I would argue he is more powerful than ever.
Yeah. He's a master of shadow combat, his own unique blend of martial arts. Using those techniques, I slowed my heartbeat to almost nothing, reducing blood loss until my ceremonial armor could patch my wounds. Just, I love comics.
I love comics so much.
Just a classic trick.
They're wonderful.
Just slow your heartbeat a little bit.
Yeah, just do that with your own self-made martial art technique. Duh.
Yeah.
Black Panther has another fantastic line coming up. But Koi is ready to turn Black Panther inside out when he realizes his powers are not working. And that's because the Iron Man suit given to Mr. Fantastic emits a sound frequency that disrupts Koi's ability to control plants.
What do you think of this panel of Stretchy Iron Man here? Stretchy Mr. Fantastic in an Iron Man suit here.
He looks so silly.
Yeah, it's great.
It's good.
We're going to say this a lot, but I love comic books. I love them.
No reason for him to be stretching out like this, but
No.
it's cool.
Yeah. He can.
Yeah, he can, so he is.
They have been studying bioacoustics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did plants respond strongly to certain sonic frequencies?
I guess they do.
Yeah, now you do.
I guess, yeah.
And it also it leads to this exchange, which I just Koi is very upset about this and hits him with, what sound will take your world back? And Mr. Fantastic, after a pause, says, Avengers Assemble.
Just walked into it.
The theater goes nuts.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Everyone's here.
Including
we got
the
Blue
Thing.
Marvel, Thor back from his quest.
Yes, he has green powers now.
Yeah, Captain America in a helicopter. We got Ant-Man's here. Just all sorts of people.
Wasp is back. Wonderful moment. Everybody goes nuts. It's great.
Yeah.
So
I guess that the flaming car is because Ghost Rider is here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Ghost Rider. There he is.
There's his car.
Yeah.
Don't worry about how it's flying. Comic books.
Yeah. Dropped off the helicopter.
Yes. I would like to believe that they had everybody in the copter and they were just carrying his car underneath it.
Yeah.
So, meanwhile, back at the sun, we get an explanation from Tony about how he is going to save the sun from blowing up. Essentially, how the pyre works is the Skrulls inject the core of the planet with extra iron via teleportation, thus destabilizing it, and all he needs to do is take the iron out. So what he does is he reprograms the nanomachines in Mr. Fantastic's suit to take that iron and turn it into something less toxic for the sun. And then just teleport those nanomachines into the sun. Easy, right?
Yeah.
Easy. My brain is mush at this point.
Yeah.
I will accept anything.
Yeah, just sure.
Yeah, whatever you say, Iron Man.
Yeah. Meanwhile, back on the ship, Hulkling is just realizing this is his grandmother.
Yeah, wait a second.
Yeah.
And, no, she really did just do all of this, spent all of these years in disguise, so she could get her bloodline to rule thousands of galaxies.
Yeah. Then Hulkling is just gonna state the themes here. She says, she calls what he's doing weakness, and he's like, weakness? No, it's a kindness. Don't mistake that for weakness. Leadership is not cruelty. Committing atrocities against your own people does not show strength.
Yep.
And yeah.
Yep. Hey, do you know what it takes to be a leader? Now you do.
Yeah, working to lift them up, fighting to make things better for them.
Which, I have more on that later, but let's finish this first. The Empress is now taken out without much of a fight. She's now captured as she is now powerless. And as the battle rages in Wakanda, we get Thor back from his mythic quests, where he has learned many things to fight this conqueror and colonizer. And that is, he is the Gaia son, and that taking control of the Earth should not be something that Koi should do. And Thor takes that right away from him.
Yeah, I'm glad he had a good quest.
I'm also glad he had a good quest. I'm sure we'll enjoy reading it.
Pictures with him?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He probably sent a text and was like, hey, Mom, can I have some help? And she's like, sure.
Black Panther is ruining Swordsman's day.
Yes, just cutting this guy up, which here comes my favorite Black Panther line of the entire event, where the swordsman says, I killed you once. And Black Panther replies, once is misfortune, twice is carelessness. Do I seem like a careless man to you? And then hits him in the face with the sword.
He says while he's like breakdancing.
Yeah. It's sick. It's so cool.
Yeah. He's saying that he senses swordsman in him this entire time, and then swordsman takes his son hostage.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, everybody's like, his own son, and Black Panther's just like, why would you think this would work?
Mm-hmm. I do appreciate the two Kotati, though, in the top left corner, who are just absolutely flabbergasted.
Oh yeah, just shocked. Yeah. Like, what?
They're like, excuse
the Messiah? Like,
just, oh man, whenever you see a Kotati in like blue, flat blue, you know it's a good time.
Yeah.
That's
so,
what they say.
Yeah, Black Panther changes his like tone here when he's like, yes, I am Jacques de Quest or whatever the heck, and he's like, now I just see a plant person.
Yep, because it's never touched on, but we do have to remember that the swordsman, the person we have been seeing, has been dead this entire time. And just like with She-Hulk, a plant is piloting his body.
Yeah.
Don't think about it too much.
Yeah. So he gets stabbed into the Death Blossom thing, and I guess the Death Blossom is destroyed.
Yep.
I do like how throughout all of these pages, the Swordsman and Black Panther seem to be like, being on different conversations.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, Black Panther is basically monologuing here about how this guy is not Jax.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's great. And he makes it work because he's Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a cool moment here. We get a little bit of an X-Men mention.
Yes. Because now the war is over. It ended pretty quickly. Yep. There is a mention that, hey, there's still the garden on the blue side of the moon. And Reed's like, don't worry about it. The X-Men took care of it.
Yeah. I guess we'll see that soon.
In X-Men.
Yeah. Mantis apologizes to her son. Koi says, rants.
Yeah. And this is kind of where I think the whole overarching theme of what they're talking about, of like what makes a good king, kind of falls flat for me. Koi basically goes on the rant here that humanity and its toxic animal instinct is still ruining everything. Plants are still dying, the world is still burning, the skies and the seas are still diseased, and he feels like his cause was then just. He's not going to renounce what he just did. Which, considering pretty much the entire summary going on with what does it take to be a good king is to do right by your people and to make sure that they are the best that they can be. Technically, Koi does fall under that for his people. He is, in their eyes, a good king. He did do the right thing.
His He's Messiah, not a king.
Potato, potato. It's like the same thing. But yeah, that was my one issue is I think where they're like, oh yeah, to be a good leader and everything, you have to do this. And then I look at Koi and I'm like, but he did all of those things. Except it was, of course, against all of you and for genocide, which is not great. But all of the points they laid out, he did actually check off all the boxes.
Yeah, I think the genocide's a pretty big box, though, that you just want to avoid if you can.
Yeah, yeah. That's when you turn the page and you go, maybe tone down the genocide, sir?
Yeah, and like I think that's at the end of the day, because one of Hulkling's points here is kindness is kind of like the thing that a king needs, or a ruler needs, and I would say the genocide is opposed to that, like pretty strictly opposed to that.
Yeah, I'm no expert on monarchy, but I think that maybe it does not preclude comparing millions against trillions of deaths.
Quintillions.
Yeah, don't forget the quintillions.
Yeah.
So, but we have been talking for a while. This has been a lot of issues here. The rest of the story wraps up with the Kotati surrendering around the planet and being taken in by the Kree Skrull forces. The Star Sword is returned to Hulkling, and Hulkling and his husband Wiccan are now rightfully the rulers of the combined Kree Skrull Empire.
Yeah, and we are done with Empyre.
Yay! Oof. We did it!
That took way less than I thought it would.
Yeah.
Good job, everyone.
Wait, did it really? Because we're pretty far into this.
We are.
Look, it's 6 issues. This is long.
It is a little shorter than I thought. We did have to skim a lot of stuff. There is a lot of fighting. It's a lot of cool fighting, but it's still 6 issues worth of fighting. We can't go in depth about every single battle.
The thing did fight that Hulk for 3 issues.
Yes. Yeah, 3. Yeah. We were never planning on covering this too in depth either, so I think we did a pretty good job of what we had.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun reading this. Even if it's not the usual wheelhouse with the X-Men, nice to have a change of pace like this.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like seeing the line-wide events for Marvel. I usually have a bit of an issue with their line-wide events, with how difficult it is to find what to read for the event. But thankfully, Empyre's is actually pretty straightforward. You could read just the 1 through 6 here and you'll be fine. You might be confused with Fantastic Four like we were at the end, but
it's fine.
Yeah,
we figured it out.
Yeah, there's been far more egregious examples in different events throughout Marvel Comics, and this one is very low on that list.
Yeah. And this will not be the first one of these we do, but I don't think we have too many of them in this run.
Yes, we do need to discuss one that happens at the end of 2020, but we'll talk about that amongst ourselves.
Is a King in Black?
Yeah, it's King in Black.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that one does have a tie-in, and a very important tie-in, actually.
Yes, it does. Yeah. That's good. That's probably going to be one of the ones we read, but we'll get to that later. One thing I do want to discuss real quick, just because as it pertains to some of the mutants and Dan Slott's Fantastic Four. After this, we don't really get him in X-Men anymore. Franklin Richards will have a little mini arc in Slott's Fantastic Four where he starts trying to explore his mutant side a little more. But the reveal at the end as his powers drain completely is that he apparently, his powers, which allow him to reality bend, he gave himself the mutant gene. So this whole time, he wasn't actually a mutant. Xavier gets on the phone and tells him, lose our number. And that's the end of Franklin with the X-Men.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah. I have a lot of
it's
feelings
not a
about it.
It's not a retcon I particularly care for. But that's if you're if you're waiting for Franklin to come back and like be a part of the X-Men or have something to do, he won't.
Surprise.
That feels so unnecessary, like to go back and just clean that detail up, like it's something that needs to be addressed.
It's weird. I almost wonder if like the writer of Fantastic Four just didn't want to mess with the X-Men stuff, so just wrote it out. But it's a weird choice.
That is weird, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
us reading the Fantastic Four X-Men crossover doesn't feel like it was that long ago. And all of the points it brought up then and the different discussions it had weren't entirely resolved, and I kind of wanted to see come back, you know? How does a hero group with a son who's a mutant handle all of the bigotry and all of the other stuff that's going on, especially when it comes to mutants? And now that's just gone.
Yeah, it's just not going to worry about it.
Poof, no longer an issue.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah, it's really not my favorite. I don't like how it came about and how it just sort of abruptly closes that door and doesn't do anything with it. So, I don't know. Maybe they'll rewrite it again in the future. I don't know. But as of right now, yeah, no. Franklin is not a mutant, and it sucks.
Yeah,
Okay.
just for Krakoa, he's done. So
Yeah, we will not be seeing him.
all right, and yeah, that's our episode. In 2 weeks, we come back for issues 3 and 4 of Cable and issue 10 of X-Men, which I think is our first issue in this Empyre crossover.
I believe you are correct. I can double check that right now, actually.
I'm looking at the, like, I guess these are cover previews for the Empyre Aftermath stuff.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Aftermath Avengers #1, and there's a lot of X-Men in that cover.
Oh.
Like, there's Scott and Storm and
I wonder
Emma.
if they get to go to the wedding.
They likely get to go to the wedding.
Well, they gotta. They're on the
Yeah.
cover.
So, but yes, X-Men #10 is the first issue of the Empyre crossover. And then there is a direct Empyre X-Men run that was about 1 to 3 issues. We'll get to that in 2 episodes. But yeah, next episode we will get to see what the X-Men are up to and what they do to the plants on the moon.
Yeah, we will be going into Empyre. But all right, yeah, that's our episode. So thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta do pluggables.
Yes, I will do
Okay.
some pluggables. We just spent almost 2 hours talking about plant people. Our brains are a little mushy. So, if you enjoyed this podcast and listening to us ramble on about comics for a while, if you could leave us a review on your favorite podcasting app of choice, that would be great. It helps us get out there and find more people to read along in this wonderful adventure with us. If you are looking to follow this podcast on social media, you can find it on X, also known as Twitter, and on Tumblr and Blue Sky at Study of X. If you had any questions, comments, who your favorite Kotati was, you can go ahead and send us an email at studyofx@gmail.com, and we might just read it here on the podcast. If you are looking to follow me on social media, I don't post there a whole lot, but I am on Blue Sky. You can find me at Sonics, that is SAWNEEKS. If I am posting, it's probably about Final Fantasy XIV. And Sergio, are you still lost in the mists of the no space that is no social media?
Yes, I've, I am still around, but I'm just not interacting that much. But what I wanted to say was, this is kind of a standalone episode, so you might want to recommend this one to friends and maybe get them hooked and recommend they read X-Men later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This could be a good jump-on point.
Yeah, just a nice, fun Marvel event, You don't have to know too much of what's going on, just have a good time.
Yeah, I barely know anything about these people. It was still fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is the joy of comic books. And Tim, if they are looking to find you to tell you how absolutely cool Black Panther is, where can they find you?
Yeah, I'm just at my house. I'm just having a usual day. You can find me there. Ring the doorbell. Do not be alarmed by my green skin. It just is.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
If I ask you about the filthy animal virus infecting the universe, do you have an opinion on that?
Oh God, they're just meat bags, man. I'm not a fan.
Okay.
Not a fan.
Gotcha.
Anyway, yeah. How do you feel about sequoia?
I mean, you know, it's a nice type of tree. I think they're very
Celestial Messiah. Anyway, so yeah, that'll be our episode.
All right.
nice. Please, somebody send us some weed killer. We might need to send it to Tim. We're worried about him.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Until next time, later, mutants.
Bye.
Bye.